field. And Nick Bremigan stuck by the foul ball. You wouldn't know it from John McNamara, but this town is ready to explode.
Sharp tears in this ballpark, man. They're ready, these fans.
No balls and 2 strikes to the leading home run hitter, Jesse Barfield. Pop foul off to the right and out of play. Oh, I'd love to hear a well-behaved, roaring crowd. It's their show. Let's just watch and listen above anything else. Bruce Hurst trying to shut out the team that has scored the most runs in the American League. Got him! And the grand dame that is Fenway Park in its 75th year, not a hair out of place, as the Red Sox and Bruce Hurst shut out last year's champions 2-0. Hurst, with his 4th shutout of the year, recorded his 9th strikeout by getting the home run leader in the American League. And Hurst has given the Red Sox and John McNamara the mathematical tie.
He reacts. He will look for his wife. He finds her, and then John will head for the runway. Typical of him. All year long, the players have kind of lined up and congratulated each other as they come off the field. John says, I wait for them in the runway because they throw the ball, they catch the ball, they hit the ball, and it's time enough for when they come in.
Well, this week's NBC Miller Lite player of the game would have to be Bruce Hurst. And Miller Lite is happy to present a check for $1,000 in the name of left-handed Bruce Hurst to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. He was brilliant. No runs, 6 hits, no walks, 9 strikeouts, and a mathematical tie. And it is California, here you come to Boston. We'll be back. The American League Championship Series begins here at Fenway Park October 7th. The Major League Baseball game of the week has been brought to you by Miller Lite. For great taste, there's only one light beer. By Castrol, the motor oil engineered for today's smaller cars. By Howard Johnson Hotels and Lodges. And by the full line of 1986 Volkswagen. We'll be back at festive Fenway Park right after this. When St. George pitched his 4th shutout, his middle name, Bruce V. Hurst, V-E-E. But today, the V has to be for victory.
Definitely, and he's down there waiting, Vin.
Well, let's go down and pick him up. Bruce, heartiest congratulations. You really pitched a gem.
Thanks a lot, Vin. I really appreciate it. It's been a long time coming to be in a pennant race here in Boston, and I want to make the most of it.
Joe and I both were wondering, sitting up here behind the plate, some of the rotations on the ball. Is there an extra pitch that you're using?
I learned a forkball probably beginning of last season and really didn't start getting command of it till the middle of last year. And it's been a big pitch for me. It's given me one more pitch. Kind of makes it so I don't have to throw the breaking ball as often, and it gives me just that one extra dimension.
They were chasing it out of the strike zone. Where do you try to start that pitch, Bruce?
I found that the best success I get with it if I start it down in the strike zone. Just make sure I get the ball going on a downward plane and let the ball fall out of the strike zone. or if it stays in the strike zone, it's still a low strike.
I'm going to ask you kind of a question out of left field. I usually hear a young fellow like you say, I've waited a long time for a day like this. When did you first start thinking about World Series and playoffs and league championships?
I was probably about 5 years old. I've been dreaming about something like this all my life. And my very first year in pro ball, I got to play on a championship team in the Penn League, and I haven't done anything like it since. And you know, I came up here in 1980, and it was right after 1978 and 75 and all that, and they still had all those players on the team that went to the series, and I'd hear them talking about it and things, and I knew that's where I wanted to pitch.
Bruce, I know you don't have a monitor down there on the field, but you will see yourself on every newscast in Boston for the next few days. It is a magnificent moment of the dream coming to fruition. You're into the windup, you're pitching to the American League home run hitting Jesse Barfield, and then you jumped and reached for the sky.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I remember when I was a kid, I got to see films of Don Larson and Yogi Berra jumping in each other's arms, and I don't know why. I've always wanted to do that on a championship team, and I guess that's about as close as I'll come for right now anyway.
Bruce, how much is that left field wall on your mind when you pitch?
Not that much. I kind of found that wall will help me as much as it'll hurt me.
How?
Well, it'll take away a lot of home runs. A lot of balls are out of the park. Like tonight, Gruber's ball was a double, where maybe in another ballpark it might have a chance of being a triple or a home run. And I've had a couple balls this year that are hit hard out there that are singles and doubles. It gives away a few doubles, but I'll keep them in the ballpark.
I'm sure you're well aware of your record here at Fenway Park. You've won 8 and lost only 2.
Yeah, I've thrown well here this year. I feel really comfortable throwing here right now, and I feel like I know where I want to make them hit the ball. And a lot of us have getting the ball in good spots. Getty's done a great job behind the plate. Richie Gedman's come so far behind the plate, it's incredible. And we have a great rapport, and we know what we want to do. It's, you know, we're two people, but we're thinking the same way, and it's a great feeling.
Well, Bruce, we're going to show you leap one more time to the sky. We want to thank you very much for a most informative interview, and our heartiest congratulations to you.
Thank you very much, man. Pleasure.
In that game where Bruce Hurst pitched his shutout, Jim Clancy was pitching a perfect game going into the 5th inning with 2 out. Dwight Evans came up with 2 out in the 5th inning, and Evans promptly unloaded a home run. For Dwight, his 26th home run of the year, his 95th run batted in. That broke the spell, and even though Clancy remained tough, the Red Sox were able to scratch for 3 hits and a run in the 7th inning, and then Bruce Hurst made that 2-0 lead stand up. And perhaps the biggest difference in the game today was when 2 out in the 5th inning, the count to Dwight Evans went to 3 balls and 1 strike. And Evans, looking for the fastball, got what he wanted, and he hit it out of sight. And I think we've just about saddled and harnessed up Dwight Evans. Dewey, congratulations. You've done it again. A big hit in a clutch moment.
Well, thank you, Benny. Thank you very much. It was, we've had some outstanding pitching, and we knew that all we had to do was get a run. And okay.
Hey, that was the producer talking to you. You finish your sentence. This is Joe.
Okay. No, I heard something else.
Yeah, I know you did. Were you sitting on that fastball?
3-1, absolutely.
Oh, brother, were you? How much does that wall enter in your mind as a batter?
It used to quite a bit, but not anymore. In fact, it really doesn't help me as a hitter. It hurts the right-handed hitters and helps the left-handed hitters. Don Baylor has only hit 6 home runs or 7 home runs here all year. That's just, I think that was my 7th this year. We're more line drive type hitters, and that ball really hurts us more than helps us.
Dewey Evans, born in Santa Monica, and now suddenly will be wearing the black hat and be the villain against the California Angels. What a story.
Sounds good to me. I'm looking forward to it. They're a tough ball club, and they're not going to lay down, and it's just going to be everyone on that ball club, most of them have been to playoffs, and there's only about 3 of us that have been on playoffs. So it's going to be a fun time for us.
Dwight, we don't want to keep you out here anymore. We sure appreciate your cooperation, but I know you want to go in and celebrate with your buddies,
sure do.
Go to it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Dwight Evans. The executive producer of NBC Sports, Michael Weissman. The coordinating producer of NBC Baseball and director of today's game, Harry Coyle. Today's game of the week, produced by Steve Dan. Pre-game, produced by Les Dennis. Technical director, Lenny Stucker. Joe, it was a dandy.
It was a beauty. It was a beauty.
A big crowd here at Fenway, 33,358. And a reminder, the NFL season continues at 12:30 tomorrow. NFL 86 and your host, Bob Costas. Join us for doubleheader action. The undefeated Seattle Seahawks tackling the 3-0 Washington Redskins. In the second half, some of you will see the Denver Broncos against the New England Patriots or the San Diego Chargers against the LA Raiders. Others will see the Jets take on the Indianapolis Colts. Check your listing for the games in time in your area. So Roger Clemens couldn't do it last night, but he did well enough. He pitched a shutout, only to have a home run by Jesse Barfield beat him. So knowing you needed a shutout, Hurst provided that for John McNamara. For Joe Garagiola, Vin Scully saying so long from Boston.
This has been a presentation of NBC Sports, the leader in innovative sports television.